Yeah, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Yes, I am back from my month-long vacation. It's so good to be back home, man. Mostly because I'm able to upload and finish what I started before I left. The month, well, it was a good month. This past month, it was a good month. I left all my socials here, so the photos from my trip are on my Instagram, which is one of the 3 socials I have, in the description. And then I also linked my Snapchat and my Discord if you want to, talk about stuff. But today is basically, yes, I have, the first 2 games with Penn State showing on screen right now, but I have to address the future of this channel simply because it's been a month and you guys deserve to know what's gonna happen moving forward. So first thing I got to address is today is October 21st. I am recording this and uploading this at the same time, so really quickly, I will be uploading on either Thursday or Friday, depending on what day I'll be able to get the video ready and stuff like that. So my Penn State versus USF game will be next Thursday or Friday. So that's first thing out the way right there. And that's going to be the schedule moving forward. I'm thinking about trying to double upload Thursday and Friday, but I will announce that ahead of time. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The main topic of discussion is Pokemon content. I initially started uploading draft league battles, both Wi-Fi and Showdown, and that's no longer going to be the case on this channel anymore. I'm not even going to do my NDL 2-year it will be 2 years since I won NDL Season 2. I'm not going to do a video for that. And the reason why is, I look back at what has happened. So, long story short, a lot of, I kind of, leaked myself. So, essentially, a screenshot. I sent a screenshot to some people, but then those people read what was underneath the screenshot. My intention of the screenshot was for was to showcase the centerpiece of it, but then there was a part underneath it that some people read underneath and got offended by, and I explained yes, this is true, and then that angered a bunch of people, and at that point I was just yeah. Draft League just made me turn into this giant D-bag. So for those people that I have offended, I deeply apologize. I'm working on, making it up to you guys. I'm gonna try and my very best to see you guys in person, and we hash it out in person at some point, right? Because I can only say so much in words. On Discord, there's a text character limit. And there's so much more than I can say than just through one long paragraph of 10 sentences or whatever, right? Basically me winning NDL, cause keep in mind, right? I won NDL, but then I was also yeah, it was great winning NDL, but then I was preparing to for my PDL final against DJS, which was it was big to the point where it was even live streamed on Twitch and stuff like that, which I didn't even know about until watching the replay back the next day, because every time I battle, pretty much I I closed Discord off, and then I just focused strictly on the battle. So I didn't get to watch that live stream until the next day. Like, this was a pretty big deal for me, and like, you know, for it to end that way, like, that was like the turning point where I just was like obsessed with, you know, trying to win another championship, you know, to make up for not winning NDL that season. And so, you know, it was like to the point where, like, I was, you know, I would get so close, you know, where I renamed the league to, you know, I made it like a Radical Red League, I made it a co-op league, made it to finals like back to back, but didn't win the whole thing necessarily. I was just so close then. I was so close to, you know, the league clan clash war thing with NDA. Lost that on my own. Like, it was very frustrating. And, you know, when I look back at that screenshot that I sent, like, that was just built up anger. So basically, like, I was just, you know, trash talking. I wasn't trash talking. I was trash talking like backdoor, and like all that emotion came from all the messages in that screenshot, which I'm not going to show because, like, it's going to offend some people that are going to be watching this video probably. So, you know, it's a very nasty situation which I created myself, which is why I'm just not going to play at all Generation 9. Like, it's to the point where, like, I don't even know if I'm going to, you know, buy the actual games itself, right? Because, you know, Generation 8 Pokemon, like, yes, like, it helped me, like, you know, I became a pretty good player, way better than what I was in Generation 7 and 6, and I made a lot of friends, but then I lost a bunch of those same friends that I made. I, like, ruined those friendships at the same time right before my trip, which is very unfortunate. Like, you know, for me, having to read the words, like, you threw away the friendship, quote unquote, like, that's where it, like, hit me, like, yeah, like, this game is just not it for me, you know? Like, I still think I am pretty good at this game, but, like, at the same time, like, I don't need to go super try hard sweaty about it, right? Like, it's supposed to be a kid's game, like, for fun and stuff like that, and it just turned into this tomfoolery of, oh, I'm better than you at this, oh, it's cool when you do it, it's a problem when I do it type of thing, right? Like, I don't need that stress in my life, right? And, like, currently, I'm trying to play a Gen 6 league right now, and even then, like, it's just eating up my time, which is time that I could, you know, be using, like, you know, editing or, like, recording ahead of time, but, like, because I have to prepare for those actual Gen 6 games, it's, like, my favorite generation ever, and I'm not finding, you know, fun in that right now. So, that just goes to show you, man, like, I really don't mess with Pokemon and Mons like that anymore, man. Like, you know, I took a giant break from Draft in Gen 7, so I'm gonna be taking a giant break from Gen 9. It's not completely foreign to me. You know, we'll see how that goes. Like, it's gonna take a lot of convincing for me to play in Generation 9. It's gonna take a lot. It really is. Like, you need to convince me seriously. Like, I don't think even a PowerPoint presentation would convince me to play Gen 9 competitively or pick up the games. Like, I'm just not feeling it right now after that whole screenshot saga, to be honest. But that's enough Mons for me. So the reason why I'm, like, recording this and uploading this on the same day is because I landed back in New York, like, it would technically be Thursday at 1 a.m., but yeah, I would say Wednesday night. But then, like, you know, the next morning, starting, like, Thursday at, like, as soon as I got up at like 7 a.m., like I came down with a massive cold. I was getting slightly better, but then like on Saturday I was watching Tennessee Alabama at home, and I was yelling and screaming at my TV. It was a very fun game to watch. I could only imagine what it was like in Knoxville. That energy over there must have been insane. But I strained my voice from that game alone, which hindered my like recovery and stuff. Believe me, I wanted to record that weekend so bad, but like I was ready to record on Sunday, but like my voice was just like not there. I was just, like, I woke up and I was just like, oh crap, I strained my vocal cords from last night. Good gracious. A lot of lemon tea was consumed from Sunday up to last night. So I'm glad that I'm 100% healthy now. It wasn't even like the time zone difference, because like remember, like all the way out east, they're 12 hours ahead. My family's out 12 hours ahead of me right now here in the East Coast. But I had to transition over from 70 degrees weather in Fahrenheit, obviously. So I'm transitioning from 70-degree Fahrenheit weather at night to 50-degree weather during the day. That to me has been the biggest problem, which what prompted like my cold, honestly. So that's been a challenge. That's been the biggest challenge so far. I still have the same job from when I left before, but I think the last week of my vacation, I did have an offer to go back to the company that I was working for. So I was working for a company out in Rhode Island. This was like around the time like I was so when I ended YCL season 1, that's when I took up a job in Rhode Island. But then like 6-7 months later, I left that job. It just wasn't for me. Like, cause don't get me wrong, like training for the job was the easy part, but then like nothing in training really applied to the actual job, which screwed me and my classmates over a lot. And during the last week of my vacation, they called me back and was like, we would like to have you back in North Kingston. So that opportunity is up in the air right now. I haven't made a final decision on that. So if we'll see what goes on with that. If what's it called? If I take it, I take it. If they don't, it just depends on like whether they reach out to me, because this is a job that my mother would like me to have. Obviously, there's no question about it. I mean, like, why, like she's been big, like, emphasizing on me having like, benefits and stuff like that. And, I get all that. I never realized how important that was until I have to think about, at some point in your life, Eli, like, you're gonna move out the nest, right? Because the thing with us Filipinos, right, like, Filipinos can live in the nest until they're 30 plus years old. And even if they do, quote unquote, move out of said nest, like, I know Filipinos that move out and only go like, 2 blocks down the same street. Okay? So there's, that's why the benefits are important for me. It'll just help me, accelerate the process of, being independent and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm telling you guys all of this personal stuff is it's going to help me transition over. Hopefully I can stream. It will help me, like, stream, and then one of the other things that I was looking forward to when I was on vacation was upgrading my laptop, but then I checked the conversion rates for prices of laptops, and like I was just better off like trying to buy one here. So at some point, if you do see me streaming, it's because I got a brand new laptop. And the other thing that I'm gonna mention, in addition to the laptop, yes, I will be trying my best to get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, because NCAA 24, yes, it's July 2023. It will come out, but it comes around sooner than you think. That month comes around sooner than you think. So, I gotta be, I'm gonna be working. I'll be picking up, 6-day weeks at work and stuff like that, just to be able to afford all these things. So, hopefully, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday gods will bless me with something. Yeah. But the schedule for uploading, like I said, will be Thursdays or Fridays. I may transition to Thursdays and Fridays once this coaching carousel series is over. So my projection is, like, I look at my Penn State roster, and I believe that we can win the national championship. I win the national championship, and then we go into the series that I promised a few of my subscribers, is the create a school dynasty. That this will be the last season of the coaching carousel moving forward. So it's gonna. I hope I can get Crystal Ball his national championship. It doesn't look like the real Crystal Ball in Miami's gonna get a national championship anytime soon. So I want the virtual one to win one at least, man. I don't care what school, just win it, man. But that's what this channel's gonna be moving forward, man. So if you stick around up to this point, like, thank you so much for sticking around up to this point, man. It really means a lot to me that you guys, like, follow this series religiously, and hopefully we can get the job done, man. I really hope the national championship will come to Crystal Ball soon. He's gonna be playing USF at Raymond James Stadium next week. So it's me, your boy, Eli the Rebel, man. Peace.